Council, maybe you can start by telling us your county and your ethnicity.
Thank you, CJ, and thank you for giving me this opportunity once again to appear before this commission. My name is Paul Lilan. I come from Nandi County. I am a Nandi by ethnicity.
Okay, now we can start the interview, and I'll kick us off by asking you to tell us your vision for the Court of Appeal. If you are successful, what it is that you want to bring to the Court of Appeal in terms of your expertise, your skills, your knowledge, or the value you think you're bringing to the Court of Appeal. And I'll give you 5 minutes to do that.
Thank you, Honorable CJ. To answer that question, I'll say a few things about myself so that you can get to know who is before you. Paul Lilan, as I said, I am an advocate to the High Court of Kenya, currently serving as a chair of the Capital Markets Tribunal. I have been in the practice of law for the last 30 years, 30th anniversary being this last Sunday. During those 3 decades, I have gained a lot of knowledge in law, in depth and breadth, practicing and deepening my professionalism before various courts across, from the lowest subordinate courts all the way to the highest superior court, the Supreme Court of Kenya, and several tribunals that I have appeared in. In this process, my lady, I have gained analytical skills, being able to listen to clients, research skills, decision-making skills, working under pressure, fitting timelines. These are some of the skills that I could bring on board if I'm successful in this role. But secondly, lately, before the Capital Markets Tribunal, which is a collegial decision-making organ, pretty much the caliber of experts that operate, do the hearing of matters there, has given me an opportunity to develop my skills in listening to litigants, their counsel, delivering rulings, writing judgments, and so on and so on. Secondly, aside from practicing law, I have also gained experience in management, in leadership, in governance. I am also a governance professional, a certified public secretary. And in that capacity, I have served in a number of boards and had exposure both locally and international best practices. I would give, for example, I was serving as a chair of the Kenya Industrial Property Institute, a government parastatal. And that was, I was really young at the time and had the privilege to work with teams of very experienced board members and had the opportunity to represent our country as head of delegation to the WIPO conference during my time. I've served in the World Vision Board, World Vision Kenya Board as a chair of the board. It's a very well-structured institution where I managed to get noticed and placed to head peer review panels in different countries, one in Central America, in East Asia, and 2 in Africa. Besides that, I served also in the Presidential Working Party on education reform, serving in the governance and legal subcommittee, and which was responsible for developing the framework for reforms to implement the new education system in this country. And after what we did there, I was picked among the big team, few of us, 3 of us who are then taken to serve in the Ministerial Implementation Committee overseeing those reforms. And again, I went serving in the legal subcommittee and responsible for drafting legislation and the framework for implementation of these new reforms. Thirdly, I've gained also a lot of experience in terms of interaction with various levels of people, right from down there all the way to international levels. I serve as in terms of community contributions, I serve as a chair and founder trustee of Crossroads Prisons and Rehabilitation Ministry. Here we deal with the very vulnerable members of society, boys who have been imprisoned, they have had problems with the law, but we give them a second chance. So we bring them from Shikuza, Postal in Kakamega, and have them in a rehabilitation center. Give them a second chance, reunite with their family, give them some skill, and so on and so on. I've served in a number of school boards, chairing quite a number of them, and member in some of them, including some of the top schools in the Republic, Alliance High School and the Kenya High, and back home.
If you don't mind, I think now we have gone deep into the matters that the commissioners will be engaging you in.
Yes.
I just want you to wrap that area by telling us how you will govern us all that immense experience and how will it benefit the Court of Appeal. Because of the work that we do in the Court of Appeal,
yes,
you know it is to hear cases, determine disputes.
Thank you. Yeah. Firstly, a judge of the Court of Appeal should be somebody deeply grounded in law and jurisprudence, and I say I have picked that journey of 30 years. Two, you need somebody who will work within a collegial environment, well placed in people's skills, collaborative team player, a good listener, somebody who will be able to pick and utilize the strengths of the team members. A person who is of high integrity, and I'm one, honorable commissioners, in that whole journey in the organizations that I've served, I have served diligently and with high levels of integrity, both in my private and public life. Thirdly, is a question of leadership and management. These institutions also where you're dealing with people, you're dealing with their teams, you're dealing with the institutional frameworks, you're dealing with the strategies and implementation of those, reporting mechanisms and all that. In all this journey again, I'm well placed by a lady, and those are some of the skills that I'll bring to the Court of Appeal if I'm successful in this role.